Alright, so I am ready to trim this munja shape bottle. For the opening, this kind of small opening, you need to have a chuck to hold it on the shoulder of the bottle to be able to trim. Okay, so I have a chuck here, and this chuck has been base fighter. I soak it in the water a bit so it will easier for me to use the clay to anchor it down. So first I will roughly center it, and then place my bottle on the chuck. And you could do this if the chuck is your pot is, you're worried about the surface getting little bump. You could put the clay here to hold it. So put the clay in between of chuck and your pot. And actually, by doing so, it's easier for you to adjust when you try to level your pot. Okay, and how do you level it? The easiest way is that you find this little bubble leveler, and it's easy to find. You could go to hardware store or even Amazon.com, they have it. So having the clay underneath of that, it's easier for you to just squeeze it and push it and make sure the bubble is in the center. Right, so I turn it and see if the bubble is in the center. Okay, so that looks good. And then after that, I want to make sure that clay is anchored down on the chuck. So I am putting more clay to hold it. Like I told you in my previous video, if you want the clay to be able to stick on your chuck easier, put the chuck in the water for 15, maybe even 20 minutes, 30 minutes, until it is not absorbing water anymore. Okay, so the pot is staying on top of the chuck, and by now the chuck is still movable, okay, because first I want to level it, and then after you level it, you could center it. And if you don't know how to center it, how to tap centering, you can use a needle tool to check it, right? Put the needle there and see which spot is off, and then you move to the center. Okay, and you keep on doing it until you can draw the whole circle around it. Okay, so that's for basic. If you don't know how to tap center, since I know how to tap center, it's even easier for me just by tapping the chuck. Right, and at the center, you can now use a clay to hold down the chuck. Okay, all right, so that's the centering. And then I'm going to use again my carbide tool to do the trimming, and use the larger one. Okay, this is the larger one for the general surface treatment here. And then for the detail cutting the foot using my actually this is not a carbide, okay, this is still it's the stainless steel. I am developing another tool for the detail trimming. This is the my prototype. It's the stainless steel, but I'm going to turn it into a carbide. Okay, so that is removable again. Okay, so that's my prototype. So I will use both to show you the trimming process. Right, so this tool, you can hold the tool, use the thumb and this finger, grab here, and then get your index finger to hold it to stabilize the tool. Right, so I get the roughly trimming using this one, the larger one. People call they call a teardrop, the shape like a teardrop. And then I'm bringing my square tool to get the corner a bit better. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell, this sounds about right, the thickness of the bottom here. So I am going to stop, keep on digging and just try to finish it up better. Right, so this is the foot trimming. I was using 3 of my trimming tool. For rough trimming, use this one, and then for cutting the foot. But finally, I was using my number 2 to get a corner a little bit better, and a little bit better here. Right, and then if you wanted to, in my case I usually do, okay, I turn it upside down and then trim a little bit further here for the shoulder so that the curve follow through a bit better. Right, so that's the trimming for the 2 pound of moon jar. And let me wait, so let's wait it after trim, see how much clay I remove. So it's a pound and 5 ounces. So I remove around 11, not quite 11 ounces. So that's pretty light after trim. So this is the smallest one, and I will go ahead and do the rest of it. 3 pounds of clay. So after trim, a pound 14 ounces. Right, so this one after trim is 3 pounds of clay. So it was 5, so I remove 2 pounds of clay. Right, so that's trimming of 3 different sizes of moon jar shaped bottle. Okay, thanks for watching. I might have put some slip and do a little bit of chattering and sgraffito carving for the decoration. Maybe show you in other video. So this is the trimming of 3 different sizes of moon jar shaped bottle. Right, see you next time.